here comes the boys now as they take off.
The boys 4x8. Norwich Free Academy was the quickest of the group throughout the course of the regular season, with East Lyme second, and a huge 40-second difference between NFA and the third-placed Woodstock Academy. So if you just look at regular season, this should be NFA and East Lyme competing for the first spot. But as we just saw, you know, you could probably look at a 20-second improvement if you get all your best runners running their best.
Definitely. Now, we know NFA has the most populated students, so they might have teams that could balance that. That's why you see East Lyme and NFA have those contributions into their program. But it doesn't matter, because if you have 4 fast guys, no matter where you're at, you could win it. But this right now shows you that these boys have a little purpose going on as they're pushing a good pace for the first lap. They're in a 1-minute marker, which is, 60 seconds on that first lap on a 2-lap. It's pretty good. Those are 2 points. If you get under 2 minutes, you're phenomenal in what you're doing. It's that 800. And again, because of the exchanges every athlete gets, they have that advantage of running a little bit faster. So those splits will show that they've improved.
NFA with a very slim lead over East Lyme, but these two young men have absolutely been pushing the pace, and they are pulling ahead of the rest of the pack as we sort of expected this to happen. We really did think it would be NFA and East Lyme, and right now
there's the separation.
NFA separating themselves from East Lyme, and you said the best runner often runs second, so this is the chance to see if this was the pace of the first two.
That's right.
What we're going to see here as NFA in the lead. That's a good heat for them. Good run around 2 times, passing it off. East Lyme pushing to close. And there goes NFA for the second runner, and East Lyme gets theirs. Can he make up any ground, or will NFA continue to set the pace here in the boys 4x800?
Looks like Woodstock and Ledger doing their exchanges, followed by Fitch and Stonington. So as you can see, it's a kind of a 3-group run right here, as NFA and East Lyme right there are really in a good, humble lead. And then you have your other segmented groups that are running and pacing and competing with each other. So, even though we always kind of have the camera on that lead guy, you're probably going to see us call some second and third competitions that are going to be really tight. But so far, this has leveled out pretty good.
NFA extending their lead here. Again, they are the #1 fastest team during the regular season, and a good-sized lead over East Lyme. I'd say a slight extension. East Lyme now trying to close the gap as lap 1 of runner 2 is in the book. And we'll see the rest of the pack coming through. Woodstock Academy and Ledger. Fitch bringing up the rear. Pushing hard, though. Everybody here, including Stonington, they're all running hard because, and I give 800. The 800 is no joke.
Oh, it is tough. It is tough. You're pulling your both paces at the highest revolution of your kind of interval runs, and that's contributed to what they do in practice. They run those 200s, they run those 300s to keep that pace. So these guys have that muscle memory, that neuromuscular energy that they can run this, and then you don't see them feeling tired. Like if we would run 800, we'd probably have a couple of pumps and a little EMT help and all that. But I'm just getting information. The girls shot put, we have a new leader there, Avery Plouffe from Woodstock Academy, a junior who threw just 36 feet 5.5 inches.
As we head to our third runner, NFA still with the lead over East Lyme. I believe East Lyme shaved off a little bit of distance there, but NFA still with a good 2-second lead over the Vikings.
In girls javelin right now, Ashleen Walsh from Beckett Academy has the lead with 117 feet 7 inches, and right behind her, Sarah Davidson from Waterford with 111 and 10. So, that's a favorite thing about cold weather. You think that in some instances, javelin will get the benefit out of it because, cold air is thin air, and sometimes that would really help out. So a good throw there could set the tone in any moment.
Yeah, Ashleen Walsh, 117 feet 7 inches.
We got
boys discus has a new leader at Flight 2. Familiar, Devin Cook, the
mighty fullback.
Fullback with speed for Fitch, can throw that discus, he's the leader at 121.
What a great young man. I know his father, and very dedicated, very respectful. He brings that tradition with him, and so far a great throw, 121.5. That sets the tone where the guys that are good, they're going to have to really step it up.
Flight 2 is underway in the long jump. Callaway Scott leads the long jump right now at a 20 feet 10-inch jump, and the girls long jump, Darylise Arnold still in the lead with 16.11. Girls shot put, he mentioned Avery Plouffe at 36.05. The previous thrower for NFA was Josiah Success, and he is currently in 10th. Carmine Bruno up next in the discus. Boys long jump, Kaylin Morris of Fitch up next, trying to catch Callaway Scott. Peyton Kelly as they finish. They're done with Flight 1 over in the long jump, and the girls shot put, as we mentioned, is in Flight 2.
As NFA still holds the lead in the backstretch, it's a good battle between Ledyard and Woodstock. As they get to the 200 mark, Ledyard comes pass right by him and takes the lead. So that's good for points. I'm telling you, some things about like distance running, you don't expect you're going to be there. If you can move a level up, those points actually kind of double up. So, it's good to be in those top 5.
NFA setting the pace here in the 4x800 boys relay. And they are pushing the pace. East Lyme trying to hang in, but NFA has been dominant here in this race from the start.
Just a few minutes ago, we were talking about the lead being 19 feet. Well, we got 3 guys in long jump that just blasted 20 feet. And Callaway Scott from East Lyme right now, a 20-foot 10 jump. Just recently seen there. Kaylin Morris in second with a 20-foot 1-inch. And Jamil Kurse was 20 feet 1 inch. So those 3 guys right there, very close, 8 inches away. As our competition continues with the second flight, the best of the crew. And right now, Woodstock past the Ledyard.
But NFA literally running away with it here in the 4x8 as they come down and about to enter the home stretch here. The far turn, pushing the pace. Wildcats off to a very good start in the ECC championships. They're going to take home the 4x800.
Those coaches at NFA, the distance crew there, do a great job giving these kids times and intervals. And there's some things I'll teach you. There's a coach that actually runs across the 50-yard line. As he gets to that mark, he gives them the interval so that kid knows I'm at the pace. If he's not, he knows how to pick it up.
NFA is on the board with the big 4x8 win in the boys. Jesse, Patrick, Mike, and Josh here with me, along with Coach T. Josh, it's a little cold out there. Talk about this race.
It was definitely cold, but you just got to do what you got to fight through it. So we did what we can, and we got the points on the board.
Wire-to-wire win, going into that last leg. What's the mentality to finish it off?
Just keep the lead and try not to die and do whatever I could.
Well, he certainly did what you could. Coach, getting those first points in the running events, what are we looking at for the rest of the day?
We got a good start. I'm just going to leave it at that. A good start is all you can hope for. See if the rest of the team can capitalize and build on it. I think momentum's a real thing in track and field. It's not the same kids in every event, but winning's contagious. So we're going to hope that is the case for us today. And just proud of these guys. They work 365. They're all 3-sport athletes, team first guys. So proud of them. Glad they got the win. They deserve it.
Wing is contagious, guys. NFA hoping it continues.